Just getting everybody on here. Let's see. Come on. There's Instagram. Okay. We got everybody on this morning. Happy Monday. I hope everybody survived the Christmas weekend. I know it gets busy this time of year. I know we have been going since Thursday afternoon. Actually, I've been going since Thursday morning when I got done with you guys. And then I've been going nonstop. We did Saturday take a little reprieve, just the family, and just celebrated Christmas. Excuse me. And yesterday we were with family. So anyway, so yes, I hope everybody had an amazing weekend. I hope you're celebrating with people soon if you did not celebrate this weekend. However, it did bring me to my title today, digesting the info around buying a home. Okay. Because the reason I came up with this is because when we get around family members and friends and all of that, if they've bought a home, especially if you're a first time home buyer, everybody has opinions on what you should do. You should do this, you shouldn't do this. They all have opinions around that. Okay. But I'm going to get into that here. But first, before I get too deep in, all right, I want to remind you, you guys can win things. January is going to be a big month, guys. Big month, okay? So I'm giving away 2 free one-on-ones. All you have to do is pop over to YouTube and like and comment on my video, and then you'll get entered in for the drawing, okay? You'll get entered in for both of them. So even if you win on the 10th, you can also be in on the 20th, okay? So you could win 2, okay? But we can talk about, like, if you're a first-time home buyer, we can talk about that. We can talk about selling. Whatever you guys need to talk about, whatever questions that you need to ask, that's the good time to ask it, okay? Also, another good place to ask it is in my free Facebook group. It's Mom CEOs, Women Running Their Household, okay? Guys, there's a lot more over into that. Right here is just a touch of what you get. Over there, we go into, I want to say, some support on all of this. You can ask questions. We can tell each other experiences. We're doing some other great things over there. So get on over to that. And even if you're not super ready to buy or sell, start gathering information now. That's what I tell everybody. And plus, realize that there are more people in your situation as well. Okay. It's a great way to know that, hey, here I am, a mom. I'm working on buying, my family's working on wanting to buy another house or a house. And I need to find as much information as I can. Okay. Just to make the process go smoothly. All right. Know what to do, what not to do, all that kind of thing. Okay. I was grateful. I had a real estate agent that pretty much walked me through it. However, looking back, she walked me through it, but I don't remember half the process. Okay. So I know things evolve and things change over the years and stuff like that, but I just don't remember half the process. So I hope that this really helps you guys to just kind of know what needs to be done first and all of that. Okay. So let's jump into it this morning. All right. So digesting all the info you receive about home buying. Okay. So our family and friends, they always have our best interest at heart. Always. Okay. Always, always, always. Okay. And they always want to give you, like, have you ever been somewhere and you've been in a group of people and they can be talking about anything, and it is something that you have had a ton of experience with, and you just can't wait to jump in and be like, ooh, I know the answers to this. I know the answers. Okay. So you want to jump into that conversation and give everybody your information. It's what we do, guys. It's totally what we do. This is where this is why we enjoy being around our friends and stuff like that, because we want to pay it forward. We want to help them out as well, so they don't experience some of the negativity that went with it. And also, we also want to help them so they know what positive things can come out of everything. Okay. So good or bad, we want to raise our hand and give our opinion. And a lot of times we can't wait to give our opinion on things. They're talking about buying a home and you're like, ooh, I just went through this. I know what I want to do, right? I know what I want to do. I know what you should do. I got this. I got you, right? That's what we want to do. Okay. That is awesome. It is awesome that these people are wanting to give you their thoughts on what is going on with this and help you through the process. Okay. That is awesome. However, it can be information overload sometimes, because what happens is when we know the answer to a question, we end up getting diarrhea of the mouth. Okay. And we just download everything. We spill it onto our friends. Okay. It's all with every kind of love. Okay. It is. It's all with it. You're just so excited that you know the answer to this. You've been through it. You can help somebody else. It's just who we are. So you just like spew it out. Right. Okay. So as the person receiving this information, and I don't care if this is the first home you've bought or if it's the second home, like I don't really remember the process with the first home. Barely remember the second process. Okay. And I know looking back, I know I did things wrong. All right. So it's just the way it is. Right. So just remember the first thing is just remember these are all experiences. Okay. This is what they've either personally have lived through or, our parents like to do this. Well, Jimmy John down the street, he just purchased a house and oh my gosh, they tell you everything negative that happened with it. All right. So, but these are just experiences they've either equally have experienced or they've heard a ton about. Okay. So just remember that's what they are. All right. That is what they are. They're just sharing with you your experiences. Okay. So the second thing is take them, digest them, and sit there and go, what can I learn from these experiences that they're giving me? Okay. What can I take from that they were telling me and learn? And it may just be that you're like, okay, so what can I take from this? All right. So negative things happen. We know that. Bad things happen. Good things happen. What are some of the bad things that happen that I didn't know could happen? What are some of the good things? Maybe you need to write it down. Maybe you need to take a minute and write it down and just be like, okay, so they've given me all this information. It's all great information. I can really go to the dark side and just not want to do it with all the negative stuff, or I can find a positive out of this. Okay. And learn and get some information. And guys, if you're off right now from work because, maybe your work takes a holiday or whatever, or you have extra time, like over the weekend or whatever, you can do a little of this research. Write down some questions that you have. Look them up on the internet. Call your local real estate agent. Get on my free Facebook page. Ask me, whatever works for you. Do the research. Figure out where you're at. Like, be like, okay, so, Aunt Betty told me blah, 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 blah. And so from this, I've learned X, Y, and Z, and then, Uncle Chuck, he did this, and so he's going to, so what can I take from him? And then figure out what you can learn from it. Okay. Sometimes it's just beware. Beware that negative things can happen, but be aware of them. Okay. Be aware of what's going on. Maybe it's going to lead you, like if you're already into the process, maybe it's going to lead to another realm of questions. If you're already looking, maybe you're going to be like, okay, so I need to ask this question. I need to ask this question. This information is good. Information is good. Okay. The third, not everyone's negative experience will be your experience. Use this to educate yourself. Okay. So if a friend of yours is saying, oh yeah, well, you know what? Make sure you check on radon. Okay. I'm just going to use that as one. It's just an example. If you live here in the Midwest, you've heard of it. If not, it's a gas that gets let off in our basements. So a lot of times if you don't have a basement, not necessary to do them. Right. But, say somebody comes to you and says, oh, you know what? Here's the thing. Make sure you check radon, because when we were selling our house, They did a home inspection on radon. We didn't even know we had it in our basement. We ended up having to put in a radon thing, so then you're like, okay, so I need radon. So maybe that's a question that you jot down and say to your realtor, why, do I need to do a radon test? Is that something here? And it's prominent in the Midwest, guys. I will tell you that it's prominent in the Midwest, but it could be, what we don't have is of insect infestation, infestations. There we go. That's what I'm going for. Infestations. We do, but we don't. Okay. I know in a lot of other southern states, termites are bad because they never get killed off, right? They never freeze, they never nothing. They don't hibernate, nothing. So they're bad. Roaches, that's another thing. There is stuff that kind of, but I know it's worse in other places. So those are things that you are going to want to make sure that you are taking note of, is that you make sure that you do all of this. Okay. So you just want to make sure that you have those inspections. But so you're like, okay, so what inspections do I need to make sure that I do? Make a list. I probably need to do radon. I probably need to do pest inspection. Those are things that if you just have in the back of your mind that this is what you need to do, when your real estate agent brings it up, you're like, oh yeah. You know what? Aunt Betty told me about that. And I need, I agree. I think it's something that we need to do. So you start processing these things and you start remembering what you need to have done. Okay. So this is why all this information is good. Guys, seriously, they are just trying to help you. They do have the right, they are coming from a place of good, and you have to remember that. And they are going to just spew out everything they know about it because it is an answer to a question that they know something about. Okay. It is your job to take that, not get discouraged, not get upset, not get worried, not any of it, but take that and be like, what can I learn from this information? What can I take from what my dad said that we can, there's always a joke that parents are not inspectors. Even though parents know a lot of things, it's always good to have an inspector come in. Okay. Somebody professional that does it, it's always good. All right. But take what your dad is saying, take what your mom is saying, and then take that information and do a little research on it. Like maybe the furnace is 13 years old. Okay. What is the life of an average furnace? Okay. Maybe that's what you need to find. Call your local furnace guy. Be like, hey, looking at a house, questions a lot of times do not need to be paid. You do not need to pay for them. Call up your local guy and be like, hey, I'm looking at a house. It's got this type of furnace that is 13 years old. What's the average life on those? Am I getting up there? Are we right about in the middle? Because, as a real estate agent, I know that now. I know that stuff now. And it all depends on how well they're taken care of. But, you can look at it. I can look at it objectively and be like, okay, so this is a 13-year-old furnace. 2025 is getting to be old. So we're maybe a little over halfway with the life of this furnace. But if it's been good, it's probably going to be fine. But hey, we have, and then I go into, hey, we can get a home warranty or whatever. Okay. So just, these are things that you just need to take note of. It's not something that you're gonna be like, oh, it's going to happen to me. Don't go that way. If you think that, it's going to happen to you. Okay. But just take this and learn the information, figure out, do some research around it, ask some questions, and then move forward with what your plan is. It is a good thing to buy a home. Okay. It really is. So, all right. Well, I hope you got some good information out of that. Guys, if you like this video, pop on over to YouTube, hit the subscribe and the bell, and then you will get notified every time that I am on every morning, Monday through Friday. I shouldn't say every morning, but Monday through Friday, 10 Central Time. Okay. And I come on with little tips like this, all of that kind of thing. I do have some courses. I do have a buying course. If that's your jam right now and you're just like, hey, I need to get more information. I need to learn as much information as I can. It's going to walk you through the buying process. So it'll give you kind of the fundamentals of what you're going to be looking at when you do go to purchase a home. Okay. So go to the links for all of that is in the description. If YouTube isn't your jam, no problem, guys. I also have a channel over on Rebel that is also in the description. So go ahead and look at the description, whatever video you're looking at, and pop over there, along with the description for the link for my Facebook page is over there. So guys, now this time to jump in. I've got a 5-day to smoother financing workshop that's going to be happening here the middle of January. It's probably, I'm going to get a date solidified probably today, and I'll start announcing that, and we're going to be advertising that. But you're going to want it. It's free to you over in my free Facebook group. So guys, I hope you have an amazing day. I hope you are curing the holiday hangover, and I will see you guys all tomorrow.